Hi everyone, good morning. So there was some discussions in regards to prayers, hymns, and mantras in Old Latin, where there are a few or several Christian sects that claim to be, realistically, it's more of a cult. Okay, let's be honest. Um, for example, evangelism, if I'm saying it correct, they operate not in a church, but kind of like in a home like setting or like a house or like a commercial building. And they get together, and even the high priest, as they call it, they they do these so-called protection hymns and mantras in Old Latin, and even the high priest doesn't know the meaning behind it. Now, a lot of these so-called protection mantras and prayers that are in Old Latin are actually connected to money. It's very much a money thing, as well as you're actually calling upon jinn and demons and gods and goddesses connected to a certain lineage. Okay, so these evangelists, and there's other types of Christian sects that claim that this comes from Jesus. I need to clarify something here with you. Jesus never spoke Latin. Jesus spoke Old Hebrew. Old Hebrew is even different than modern Hebrew. And he also spoke Aramaic. So probably the most similar in terms of energy and what it's providing, and which jinns and which demons and spirits and as we call shaitan or Satan in modern times, is worldwide. Even in the Goetia, I've studied the Goetia. I can confirm that it's a fact that they are lesser entities that provide quicker results with less action. And what I mean by that, quicker results with less action, is you're being tricked into believing you are divine, protected, you are given money opportunities when you yourself haven't worked for something. Okay? So, or are not noble for something. Okay? Rather than, connecting to the source of a godlike figure, whether it's God itself, as we call it in English, or, in Arabic, as we call God, Allah. It's a longer process in a sense of you must be devoted, you must give to charity, you must work on your inner self, strengthen who you are, become more conscious of who you are. Okay, so me personally, whatever I've done in the past, coming from an atheistic approach, which I've always told people, I even have a few videos where I've documented the process of it. Okay, I always would check my mental health, and I would always work on self-consciousness. You got to strengthen your inner will, because if you're invoking entities and energies and demons and things that you have no idea what they are, you could be very much seduced into something where your mind, your physical body becomes so weak and sensitive that your brain is not operating on higher intelligence. Okay, now everyone is different in a sense of, like, that can happen to anybody who's devoted to anything, like even Buddhism or Christianity or anything really. The thing is, even if you are strong within yourself and conscious within yourself, even if you're sitting there with a criminal and having coffee with him, you're not going to be easily, attracted to being pulled in, and you'll get yourself out of that situation. Okay? Hence why alcohol and drugs is forbidden in Islam, which I I'm really fond of, actually. Even though a lot of Muslim people, you're not allowed to have, prostitution is illegal in the religion. Men are only allowed to have up to 4 wives, and when a man has up to 4 wives, and not all Muslim men have 4 wives because it's very expensive, and he needs to take full responsibility. There's people out there, they say Islam is a very masculine religion, and they say that because the man needs to be a man. However, it's actually a very feminine religion because the woman has to be taken care of. She has to be paid regularly by the husband, all of them. She has the right to work. She has the right to own her own home. So even if she works and has her own home, her husband is entitled to pay her weekly, or however way they have this thing set up. And if he doesn't live up to it, she's allowed to divorce him, okay? But anyways, and even if he divorces her, he's got to pay up. So my point is here, ladies and gentlemen, my point is, in regards to, so what I want to say is, of course, a lot of people that are born into a certain culture or religion, they don't live up to that standard. Hence why there is, a lot of communities out there, whether it's in Europe or North America, where a lot of born Muslims are like, damn, like these reverts are doing better jobs. Like we're jealous of them because they're doing much better jobs at being Muslim because they take things serious. Even though in the beginning there's like a falter because they're still learning processes, right? But they stick to it. And a lot of the men take these laws very serious, the Islamic laws very serious, compared to a born Muslim. But I'm not saying anything bad about the born Muslims. Like, you have to also understand whatever you're born into, you're not really drawn into it. You want the opposite life. You get what I'm saying? So anyhow, going back to the mantras and the prayers. So Islam is all in Arabic. So the 5 daily prayers, it should be in Arabic. And there is a vibration to what you're saying in Arabic that your soul and your consciousness, when you're praying, can feel it. Even if you're not quite understanding what you're saying, though, there are books and there are, it's got the translation where it's in Arabic and in English. Obviously, foreign languages never really translate well in English, because even Armenian, the language that I speak, there's so many words that cannot be translated in English because it doesn't come out exact. However, you can feel what you're praying, especially if you really truly, I'm sensitive to energy, so I can feel. But my point is, the closest thing to Jesus's language would be Arabic, outside of Old Hebrew and Aramaic. So if people are going to claim that, they're evangelists or they're Christian or they're a devotee of Jesus, yet they're doing these ritualistic hymns and mantras in Old Latin, sweetheart, this is not the path of Jesus at all. No. We're living in modern times where you can find out what you're doing, and for you to claim or to kind of force your opinions onto people, and you tell them that they're evil if they're Muslim, or when you're doing these Latin hymns, which has nothing to do with Jesus, is a little bit of discriminating against yourself, really. But anyways, everyone's path is different, not judging, just getting it out there because it's still fact at the end of the day. There's a difference between talking shit and there's a difference between stating the facts, and this is one of the facts, okay? I get to go to Montenegro tomorrow, so I'll be gone for like a week. I'll try to make some short videos with a few of the Armenian girls that I'm going to be going there with. Yeah, and I'll post it on my YouTube channel and some other social media places. Again, I haven't had any Armenians, because there are Muslims out there that they think, or there's even Armenians out there that they think if someone that's Armenian that converts to Islam, they have to change their culture. No, no. I would never change my culture. I'm born an Armenian. I'm raised in Armenian. I'm always going to be an Armenian. Okay? And that cannot change. I've even tried to change it when I was younger, in a sense that that's something that you cannot. I cannot personally. But people always mix culture with religion because there's different cultures, but obviously Islam came from Saudi Arabia, guys. Islam did not come from Turkey. Islam did not come from India. They've adapted into the religion, but it did not originate from there, okay? So, what else do I want to say here? It's possible too that, how I'm making videos, how Armenians are being either very supportive of this, because they always have an opinion on what I have to do, but when it comes to Islam, somehow, my hair looks nice today, somehow no one's saying anything bad. But it's very possible that they're just some of them are keeping their mouth shut, but I don't care because it's not their business. And they're probably just scared because they think maybe I'll get the Muslim Brotherhood against them, but I don't mess with people. I don't hurt people. I never have the intention to do so, but I also truly believe that if I have to go to extra miles to protect myself or people that I care about, then I will. You know what I'm saying? Which is very coincides with Islam. We don't turn the other cheek. Even though Jesus is accepted as a prophet, you don't turn your other cheek if someone is trying to damage your home or you or your family, okay? So have a great day, and I will try to get some videos in Montenegro on the 29th because I'm flying probably in 2, 3, 4 in the morning tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. Ciao!